Hi guys, just a quick intro to this video. 2004 Touareg with a check engine light and a traction control light on. Fault code that was stored P0102 mass airflow sensor signal too low. No real drivability issue in terms of lack of power or anything like that. Fuel trim values, this is a V6 engine, or VR6 I should say. Minus 4.1% fuel trim, long-term fuel trim at idle on bank 1, minus 4.3% on bank 2 idle, minus 19.5% when cruising on bank 1, and minus 15.6% for bank 2 when cruising. So the minus 4.1% indicate that there's no vacuum leaks at idle, being nice and low, and the high negatives excuse me, is it can be due to MAF sensor issues, the skewed values, I guess, or its calibrated values are skewed, throwing those fuel trims off. I forgot why I made this intro now. Oh, one moment. I'm not awake yet. I'm drinking my chocolate milk in the morning when editing. Why did I make this video now? Touareg video. No, I guess just, you know, my format. I've said it before in other videos. I record while I work. Sometimes I don't record everything. Sometimes it seems a little bit rushed, or I don't go into too. That's what I was gonna say. That I don't go into too much detail explaining stuff. Again, I work. I record while I work, so I cannot spend extra time explaining stuff. I quickly do voltage checks at the MAF sensor, and that's pretty much it. I don't dwell on it. I don't take the time to explain what I'm doing and whatever. If I miss a step, let me know, but to me the diagnosis made sense, and obviously after having installed a different part, the fix was, or at least I came to the conclusion that it was fixed. I'm not awake, gotta drink my chocolate milk. Anyways, hope you liked the video. It's nice to catch stuff on the scope, on the and the scan tool at the same time, so you can verify and then obviously do the voltage checks as well. So sometimes things don't act up right away, and you spend a lot of time you know, test driving for it to act up, and you don't want to obviously just replace parts if you cannot confirm. Always confirm the customer complaint. If they say that the vehicle hiccups or hesitates, don't sell any parts until you experience the same problem. You need to make sure that the vehicle acts up in order for you to make a correct diagnosis. If you hook up your scan tool and your multimeter to various components and everything checks out fine, you can't sell any parts. It just doesn't make sense. There are certain cases when you know, in all likelihood it is whatever component, but it's just not acting up, and then you discuss it with the customer and you say, look, you can either come back when it happens more often, more consistently, and then it'll be easier and quicker to find the problem, or we can take a chance with this. But you always let them decide. You don't want to just say, hey, you need this and that, then they leave, and then a short time later they come back, same code. That's obviously no good. Anyways, rambling again. Here's the video for you. is take the little protective cover off. So the flat edge here is a signal wire, this black one. I'm going to start at this side. The purple one is the intake air signal, computer negative, ignition negative from fuel pump relay, ECM negative is the green one, ECM 5 volts is the fourth one, and the fifth one is signal. So I got my voltmeter attached to ground. So let's just go with the 5 volt first. 5 volt is 4. So that looks good. Full digital might be better. And then signal is the fifth one. So currently it's showing. So what I'm going to do is go back to Rostec and see if the signal is still present. If this were to drop out, then I know the sensor is at fault. Just tapping on it, not doing anything. And you saw the data log earlier where the MAF was cutting out. So it's going to have a fault code. I'll clear the code. You can see here, MAF is showing right now. So I'm just going to rev it up, reposition the MAF. Reposition the voltmeter, sorry. Of course, now it doesn't want to act up. I should probably also be watching it with the scope rather than a multimeter, because the multimeter refresh rate is not as quick. Just going to change it over on the multimeter. Lab scope, voltage. A 5 volt signal. .500 milliseconds should be good enough. I'll go a little bit longer. Not sure if you can see that. I'm just trying to vary RPMs, and I'm looking for dropouts. There's a bit of a spike sometimes, but no real dropout. No dropout yet on the scan data. Oh, there was a dropout there a little bit. There's another one there. There's a spike there. There it goes. No voltage, no more output. So right now the signal, there's no more voltage being put out on the signal. We'll quickly check to see if the other voltages are okay. So we got a 5-volt reference, which is good. Still nothing on the signal. Got the ground. There's the main power supply. And we got the intake air temp sensor. So I'm going to call a MAF on this one. See, there's no signal coming out of it.
Sorted.